Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. We're here with the Ultimate Racing League and their Academy Junior Series. It's rounds 13 and 14. We're at Interlagos. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, I feel is going to be special. I like Interlagos. I think it's a great racing track, and it always produces some blinding races. We're going to have two 25-minute races here in the Jaguars. The Group 3 Jaguars for the seniors and the Group 4 Jaguars for the juniors, ladies and gentlemen. It's exciting. Brace yourselves. I'll look at the grid in a second, but let's get the admin out of the way. We're on rounds 13 and 14. A table is forming. We have champions in the making. So let's get on with the championship table. Carlsberg is our man, still at the top on 209 points. Rufus in second on 199 points, slipping away from Carlsberg after having not a strong last round. I've only done it this weekend, already forgot what track it was. If I really try, I might remember. I think I've got a feeling it's Yas Marina. I believe I've done a lot of Yas Marina lately, but I believe it was like Yas Marina. Rufus not having the optimum round there. Ginger in third on 172 points. Hoyland is fourth on 146 points. Brownie coming up from behind in fifth on 142 points. Watesy in sixth on 136 points. The Saint in seventh on 71 points, and Fazzy is eighth on 21 points, but we haven't seen the Saint or Fazzy for a while now, so I'm losing hope that we'll see them back again. In the Group 4 Championship, the juniors, Bubblegum is leading that championship on 99 points ahead of Frank and Steele, who are both on 85 points. Then we have Matmar in fourth on 68 points. We saw him win at Yas Marina last time out. So Matmar will be coming into this this track feeling very buoyant, I imagine. Ninki is in fifth on 52 points. Panos sixth on 14 points. Krell is seventh on 9 points, and Damien is eighth on 6 points. But we only saw those bottom three for the first couple of rounds, and I don't know if we'll see them again either, which is a real shame. Right then, they've done some qualifying, ladies and gentlemen, to find their place on the grid to start this race. And shall we take a gander? Shall we have a peek? Shall we have a look-see at how the grid is forming? Right then, Rufus, our man on pole. When is he not on pole? I can't remember. I can't remember a time when there was no Rufus sat on pole position. He is fantastic over one lap. A Mr. Saturday, you could possibly say. But Rufus there, absolutely landing the lap time there and slapping ultimately. In second place, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Brownster, Brownie, laying it on thick, giving Rufus a lot to think about. I think it was the pressure that Brownie put on Rufus at Yas Marina that sent Rufus into a tail spin. So Brownie already knows the key. He knows the secrets to unlock Sir Rufus of Rufus-a-Lot. In third spot, ladies and gentlemen, our reigning champion in the Junior Series Academy is Ginger, ladies and gentlemen. He's third, and he had a good showing in Yas Marina, so let's hope he builds upon that. I want to win. I want to win from the Ginger before the end of the season. In fourth place, it's the Carlsberg, the sleeping giant, the championship leader concurrently. Sitting in fourth, and how many times have we seen him sit back in qualifying, only to unleash the total apex cat that he has under the hood and goes forth and wins. I think we saw winning happening last time for the Berg, and that is why he is still ahead in the championship. Fifth place goes to Hoyland and Watesy, having this midfield battle betwixt themselves. And Hoyland only, is he just gone ahead? of Waitsy. He's pulled ahead by about 10 points now of the Waitsy. But Hoyland troubled by the Group 3 Jaguar. And he's I'm sure I've seen him say that he's fine with other Group 3 cars. This car just seems to be a bit of an obnobility to him. He's not quite sure. He's not grasping. He's not feeling it in the corners. And then Waitsy jumping into the Group 3s, and they are powerful beasts, I must say. A four-wheel drive Group 4 car, I'm sure, would have been a lot more stable than these shags. But Waitsy then qualifying in 6th place. Then to the Group 4 category, Bubblegum, fastest of them all, sitting in pole position. And then behind Bubblegum, we have Matmar. Matmar taking that win last time out, and he'll be feeling it. He'll be buoyant, and he'll be feeling a certain confidence running into this race, feeling that he can emulate that second win. And then down here in 3rd place, we have the Steel. And you can count on the Steel to never miss. He's absolutely banging. From start to finish, he sticks it out. And I salute you, sir. So there are our players here at the Interlagos, 2 25-minute races, and we've got Waitsy in the chat saying good evening thingy, and we've got Ginger saying afternoon thingy. Well, hello guys, thank you. Excuse me, let me get it out. Let's see how obnoxious this noise can be. Oh, that wasn't so bad. I thought there was going to be rattling and all sorts. Yes, thank you for joining me. Let's get it underway. I'm going to have a little sip of my hot brew.
I'll wait to see.
Ah, the nectar. Right then, here we go. No messing about. Rolling Star, Rufus on pole as he was last rounds. And he doesn't want to throw it away this time. He knows exactly where he went wrong at Yas Marina, and he's not going to make the same mistake twice. Rufus then leads them into the first corner. Brownie already setting about him and not leaving anything to chance. Ginger also nipping at the heels of the Brownster, but he looks like he got a wiggle on there mid-corner. Luckily for him, Carlsberg sitting back a little, taking it easy in the first corner. Man that knows that the race is not won in turn 1. Rufus then leads them down the short straight, and he's got himself a little bit of a gap, a little bit of elbow room, a little wiggle space. And Rufus then planting the Jaguar exactly where it wants to be and leading the race. Brownie under pressure from Ginger. Ginger having a look up the inside of the Brownster. The Brownster does not flap in a corner, and Ginger had to get out of that one. And a little intimidation there from Ginger, but Brownie wasn't biting on that one. Kept his car true, kept it in the middle of the road, and said to Ginger, if you want to make that move, you're going to have to drive into me. And Ginger thought better of it, backed out of it. And Carlsberg is back in the game. Hoyland there in 5th place with Waitsy in 6th. Bubblegum leads the Group 4 cars ahead of Matmar, but Matmar staying very close indeed, putting the pressure on the Bubblegum now. And it's heavy stuff here, and the Steel keeping them in sight in the Group 4 category. Matmar looking for it. Whoa, no. Hoyland doing his lap 1 special. He finds it's too easy for him, so he spins it on lap 1, so he's got something to do for the rest of the race. Oh, poor Hoyland. He hates the Jaguar on a cold set of tyres on lap 1. Baxter saying, oh, Waitsy. And Waitsy saying, sup, Ginge? Oh, Hoyland. Man, he must be screaming in his helmet. Waitsy, though, another position gains. And he's worked on that consistency. You can tell he has been working on that consistency, because these last few races has seen him super consistent, and he's closing in on the Berg and Ginger. The Berg's a very bad boy, and Ginger losing a position to the bad boy. What did you do, Berg? Hey, what did you do, you naughty little boy? Brownie and Rufus are running away. Well, Rufus running away and Brownie trying to stay with him. Carlsberg under pressure from the Ginge. And Wasey is fighting it. He's dicing it for a podium. Ladies and gentlemen, growth. Fantastic stuff here. And Hoyland at the moment, he's not behind the Group 4 cars, which we saw at the Yas Marina, and it cost him a lot of time trying to get by them. He's got a bit of open space ahead of him to try and drive into as Watesy puts on a hustle to the Ginger, and the Ginger is waiting for the Berg to pay a penalty. Bad, 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 bad boy. And that's it, Ginger unleashed into third, and Watesy up to fourth now. Carlsberg's got it all to do here at the streets, in the track at Interlagos, down here in Brazil. Hoyland then he's doing a bit of a practice session, just knock off those times. You never know, someone else might have a spin out and you're getting a position. Bubblegum pulling out space from Matmar at the moment, but we have seen an extra bit of stress for our youngsters, that the Group 4 cars destroy the soft tyres so much faster than the Group 3 cars, that we've seen these guys have to make pit stops during the sprint race. So Bubblegum, he'll be very aware of his tyres after Yas Marina and Matmar, who absolutely, that's how he got his win. He didn't need a set of tyres. He just kept it absolutely pristine driving and wore his tyres out very little. So it's one to watch. Already it seems quite even Stevens between Bubblegum and Matmar. Steele losing time to the guys ahead. Rufus then pulling out even more time on the Brownster, and the Brownie, he cannot match Rufus on track here at Brazil. He has met his match, ladies and gentlemen. He has hit his glass ceiling. Ginger in third, trying to get away from the Watesy, who's got the Berg all up and about his business. The Berg going up the inside, and I think Watesy there just outbraked himself, went a little wide into the corner, and it gave up position to the Berg, but Watesy giving up nothing here at all, fighting for every position, keeping in the slipstream, leading up to the first corner, sees the brake lights of the Jaguar ahead of him and tries to match that braking and just follow him through, because there's another straight here. You could pick up a slipstream, but he had a little slip on the curb there, and that's given Carlsberg just a slight bit in the corner. And now Watesy is just having to wave goodbye to the Berg. I think that was tidy for the Berg through that corner there to pull the space out on Watesy. Watesy looked like it was almost perfect going through there. So the Berg, well done. Superb stuff. Superb driving. Ginger set in chase. He knows he has the pace of the Brownie. He knows he can take the Brownie today. And Ginger, though, has fallen behind with his fight with the Berg. Has to chase down the Brownie, and that does not help the tyre deck or anything. Rufus, he's keeping it all calm, together, collected. He is ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. Stop, collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new intention. Something has got a hold of me tightly. Will it ever stop, yo? I don't know. So Rufus then is the Iceman at the moment, out there leading the race comfortably. Brownie, he's just having to keep space, man. He's just having to keep space from Ginger, because Ginger is unleashing every beast. He's got a 33.3 from Ginger. Really, his intentions are second faster than the Brownster. The Brownster will be well aware of the time he is hemorrhaging from the reigning world champion at the moment, the World Academy driving champion. And Ginger, there we go. We've seen him wake up here at Interlagos. It must be the Samba that has got him on the hot foot, ladies and gentlemen, as he hunts himself down the Brownster. And the Brownie, I mean, he just can't find that 33, can he, that he got on lap 2. And Rufus is just absolutely slapping at the moment. He's got the fastest lap. He's done all he needs to do. He's fine. Right then, Watesy. Oh, he's being caught by Hoyland. He has been, he had a tough one last lap. He lost 2 seconds, and Hoyland easily making that gap up. And now he is in the hot seat. Watesy, he's got to just knuckle down, Get that laser focus in, ignore all of the distractions and just focus on the braking into the corner, getting the accelerator when the car straightens up, waiting, just it feels like an eternity coming out of the corner before you can touch the accelerator in these cars. But if you are slightly turned and you dab on that accelerator, you will spin the back end of these cars. So it's just patience and control and patience. And at the moment, Wasey is absolutely putting that down. He's pulled out a bit of a gap, and oh no, Hoyland's been a naughty boy. Slap his wrist, ladies and gentlemen. Bubblegum still leading in the group 4 category ahead of Matmar, and he's pulled out himself a comfortable gap. Matmar 46.1 last time around against Bubblegum's 43.5. Really, really good pace from Bubblegum. I mean, we've seen Matmar can do a 42.9. which is still half a second off of Bubblegum's pace. Bubblegum really is in the zone here at Interlagos. We are 8.5 minutes into a 25-minute race, and already it looks like Bubblegum is starting to work out his celebration pose. Will it be the dab? Will it be the... Oh, I've forgotten the one where you swing your arms around behind your back. The kid with the backpack did it. But, or will it be just the old Michael Schumacher star jump is always the favourite. You could do the George Russell Hawk, or whatever it is with his wings. There's so many. Matmar does have the pace to take the race to Bubblegum, but he's having a bit of a slip in these couple of laps. Again, though, I draw your attention down to the bottom dashboard, and the tyre wear doesn't lie. Bubblegum is struggling. He is using that front right tyre a lot more than Matmar. So Matmar is the turtle and the hare, ladies and gentlemen. Again, the turtle and the hare. Bubblegum heavily using his tyres up. Matmar may have backed off that pace. Matmar may have slowed down a bit, but then if you slow down too much to look after your tyres, you could give away a pit stop easily. So Matmar playing the balancing game in this race, looking after his tyres, but not trying to lose too much space and time to Bubblegum at the moment. The Steel, his tyres looking tidy, he looks okay, he's in a good place. A 45.1, not bad from Steel there. Rufus then flying, as we have said, out there all alone with Brownie trying to hunt him down, but Brownie is the man that's being hunted. Another 34.8, and our boy Ginger, or 34.6, it's kind of leveled out a bit, and Ginger again heavily using the tyres. He's having to use the tyres to try and close up on the Brownster, and the Brownster, his tyres not so bad, but they're not as good as Rufus. Rufus at the moment looks like he is clean as a whistle on those tyres, with Brownie suffering a little, but not as much as Ginger. But Ginger is having to really lay it down to try and close in on the Brownster if he wants that second place in this race. Carlsberg, his tyres are around about the same as Brownie's, not as bad as Ginger's, but still, I don't think they'll get, well, will they make it? We're just under halfway. Brownie's already decided they're not going to make it. He's gone in. But even still, well, yeah, Ginger stays out, but oof, Gingers aren't definitely within a lap or two. Ginger is going to have to relinquish that front soft tyre. Carlsberg then, he continues on. Waitsy goes through. Waitsy's tyres are perfect. Perfect, I tell thee. And Wasey, he might be doing the right thing if he can get a pit stop ahead. Well, he doesn't even need to get a pit stop ahead. He is ahead of the Brownie at the moment, and his tyres could make it all the way to the end. Hoyland also very tidy with the tyres. Brownie, oh, interesting stuff. We may have a race here, ladies and gentlemen. This may be some heady stuff as we go into the second half of the race. With tyres being a big question mark for some of the guys out there. And Carlsberg as well, using up his tyres. Waitsy, oh, he's a bad boy. Bad boy, bad boy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boy, bad boy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Well, you're gonna spend 1 second of your penalty, is what you will do. Hoyland then in 5th place with the Brownie in sixth after his pit stop. Big jobs for Brownie ahead. Bubblegum still leads, ladies and gentlemen, but he is definitely due a pit stop. The leader is coming in. Rufus, the leader of the Group 3s, coming in to pit. Ginger, he's going to have no option either. He's come in also. Carlsberg stays out. Carlsberg stays out. He says, sod your tyres. It's going to last me. I can make them last. Sod is mud, children. So muddy your tyres. I forget. This is the junior series, and even anything that is slightly a rude word, I shouldn't say. Mud your tyres. Oh, Rufus then. Where does he exit? Wasey's dropped behind Hoyland. Oh no. Oh God. Hoyland doing some absolutely mega laps. He did it on lap 7. Rough one for Hoyland on lap 7. Ooh, rough one for Watesy on that one. His last lap, 39, and that has given Hoyland the upper hand. And Rufus then out of the pits, fresh, soft tyres, and he's just behind Watesy and Hoyland. Carlsberg staying out, but he's not going to be able to see the end of the race. Not on those tyres, sir. Not in at any kind of chance of it. Hoyland, a 34.6. His tyres are still remarkable. Bubblegum comes in. The leader of the Group 4s come in. Matmar, is he going to be able to see those tyres to the end? We saw him at Yas Marina take his tyres all the way, and he took the win for it. But here they do look like that. Well, I don't know. Choo. This is going to be a tough call. This is going to be a tough one for Matmar, because Bubblegum's going to be on a brand spanking set of tyres. Steel goes through, and Steel's got good tyres as well. So Bubblegum might struggle here to try and chase down the two ahead of him. Carlsberg does bring it in. Hoyland and Watesy, though, they possibly may not have to. And Rufus is going on the attack of Watesy. And Watesy stays to the inside, makes it difficult for him. But Rufus is trying to put his nose just ahead. Come on, cameraman, what the heaven Jenkins are you doing? And Rufus then didn't get his nose ahead of Watesy in the corner. And Watesy doing a solid defensive job there. Beautiful driving from Watesy. He tries to declare he's no pro sim driver, but what are we watching? What are we watching if we're not watching a pro sim at work? Beautiful stuff, and he still stays in line, but Rufus's extra grip keeps him to the tighter line there, and Rufus does slip by, but not with pain, without a little bit of pain, trying to get past the Watesy. And Hoyland may be Watesy's nemesis, but he did do him a slight favour there by holding up Rufus for at least 3 or 4 corners. And Watesy then in third place. The next man is Brownie, and Brownie is coming in, but Watesy's just got to hold on, because well, Brownie's tyres should dissipate at some point, surely. Again, he exploded them quite early doors. Carlsberg, that late stop has not helped him at all, and he is really hoping that some guys out there have some very bad tyre deck by the end of this race. And Ginger even ahead of the Berg, and it's not worked for him as well. He stayed out. Brownie, the first to stop, and it's worked out lovely for him, getting him ahead of Ginger. Well, Ginger was chasing the Brownie down, so I suppose... Oh, Hoyland is coming in. Hoyland, what a surprise. Only 9 minutes left on the clock, and Hoyland feels that a stop is in order. And that's going to just put him right behind the Berg. So... yeah, I may have risked it. I may have risked it for a biscuit and stayed out, especially in the lead. I might have just risked that one and just thought, sod it, I'm driving to the end. Rufus then back in the lead with Watesy in second, and that's what Watesy's doing. He's saying, damn it, I'm staying. Because what? Brownie will catch him and overtake him. Ginger may overtake him. He's still going to end up in like 4th or 5th, where he was before. So Watesy, he's going to make me look so daft by going in at the end of this lap, isn't he? But it just doesn't make no sense. You're not gaining nothing, except for a tidier set of tyres at the end of the race. But, I mean, Carlsberg's already gone off up the road for Hoyland. So, Watesy, he's in Vegas. He's got one last bet to place. It's either red or black. What's he going to do, ladies and gentlemen? Will he play it safe, pop it in the pits, or is he going to stick it out there and try and get himself a podium? Where is Ginger? Ginger's a little further back, not quite there. And Brownie's easily through with the tyres you'd expect, but waits he's playing for bigger prizes here. He's only got to beat Hoyland, hasn't he? He's just got to finish 5th. That's all he's got to do, ladies and gentlemen. In this race, he was behind Hoyland. If he can finish ahead of Hoyland, he's won. Brownie then trying to chase the Rufus down. They're closer than they were before the pit stops, I'd say. They're trying to work their way through the lapped cars, the Group 4 cars. Matt Maher's tyres are looking like they're going to struggle. Bubblegum is, where is he in relation? One straight behind. I tell you, Matt Maher is going to find that tricky at the end of the race with Bubblegum. I'm sure is going to close in on him as his tyres go. Steele there has lost position to Bubblegum. And Rufus just trying to keep it clean, keep it steady, keep it on its way. The win should be there. He's done all the work earlier in the race. And Waitsy, he's been a bad boy. Ginger Carlsberg, who's behind Ginger? Oh no, Ginger's made a mistake. Pushing for the Waitsy. Ginger has slipped off of the road. Unbelievable stuff as Waitsy still continues in that podium. Remember, his target has got to be 5th, and he's still onto a win in this race. Those tyres, though, are an issue for him. Ginger having his own issues. Back in 4th place, throwing it off the road, now stuck behind the Group 4 leader, Bubblegum. Oh, he's thinking about it, but he's thought, nope, not yet. Now he's gone as Waitsy pays a small penalty, and Ginger will have a bit of speed up on the straight as Waitsy had to stop for half a second. And here comes Ginger then. He should be upon him before the end. I'll tell you what, that's not too bad, is it? Waitsy managed to stay ahead. I thought Ginger would be upon him before the end of the straight, but he's got it to him in the corner. So Waitsy can defend that one any day of the week. Ginger's going to have to wait for the next straight. All this time, Brownie just eking away. Brownie's really starting to put some lap times in now, maybe getting Rufus nervous, but Rufus is doing some banging times as well. 33.2, Brownie 33.5. They're going past Matt Maher, who's leading. I said Bubblegum was leading, but he's not. It's Matt Maher, sorry. There's Ginger getting the move done on Waitsy. Waitsy's going up to the second corner. Dare he? No. But Waitsy absolutely playing a very good game here at the moment. Very good. He's ahead of the Berg, and even so, I tell you what, he's nicely ahead of the Berg as well. And 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes to go in this race. Waitsy clinging on. The Berg then in 5th. Hoyland, why did you? Well, I know why you pitted, but still, you got to risk it for a biscuit sometimes. Matt Maher, like our Matt Maher here, his tyres are tragic. They are tragical. He's doing 44.8s and Bubblegum 42.6s, closing in at a rate of knots, but Matt Maher still leads presently. There's still a long way to go, though. 4 minutes is an eternity around Interlagos, and Bubblegum has got the gazumption to go for it, and Bubblegum is going for it. He remembers he's the championship leader. And Matt Maher there, but another win on the cards for Matt Maher if he plays it sensible. And Steele in 3rd, a guaranteed podium for Steele, and he'll move ahead of Frank in the championship. Rufus then flicking up the purples to the Brownie. Brownie is getting too close to call, though. It's making Rufus uncomfortable. We've only got 3.5 minutes of racing here at Interlagos for this first race, and Brownie really is starting to lay on the pressure to Rufus. Rufus having to soak it up. Yas Marina, a distant memory to him. Pole sitter and finishing 4th. Then going for a strategy in the second race, which meant he needed to get into the lead and pull out a gap, and not managing to do so. And again, not getting good points from the second race. So Rufus here needs absolutely banging points if he wants to go on that championship campaign against the Berg. Brownie slowly making his way up the table after missing a few rounds. Ginger saying pit stops incoming. Yeah, sorry, I didn't read that before. Yeah, well, I don't want spoilers. Watesy saying risked it. He risked it. So, yeah, I think we could have called that by now. Watesy then. Oh my gosh, he's a bad boy. You've been a bad boy, I see. So Carlsberg gets ahead, unfortunately, but Watesy, he only has to stay against Hoyland, and it's a win. It's a winning formula, but Hoyland isn't far behind either. My good golly and gosh. Jim saying race 2 carnage to come. Oh, great. And Watesy saying my tyres on the final lap. And so Watesy is fighting it, isn't he? Hoyland is there. My word, it's getting tight in here. Rufus, he's got a lovely lead now. He seems to have he's defeated Brownie. Brownie slipping back a bit. Maybe it's the tyre wear. Brownie cannot get a tyre to last here at Interlagos for love nor money. Ginger using up his tyres also. Carlsberg in a beautiful condition now. And I slated Carlsberg, said he pitted too late. And he's hoping for tyre deck by the end of the race. Yeah, but he did a 37-1 here. They got caught up with the Group 4s and Watesy there. Hoyland, where is he? Hoyland a 35-1 last time around. Watesy 46-2. It is, maybe the risk was too high. Maybe he gambled too much, ladies and gentlemen, but I was on board for it. We got excited, at least. Gambling isn't about the winning, it's about the excitement. And maybe it is not going to pay off for Watesy, but my words, he had us going for a minute there, didn't he? For a minute there, we thought it may pay off. And it still may. Let's not give up on him yet. He's still ahead of Hoyland. Ooh, but every corner is treacherous. Every corner is a gamble for him at the moment. Every corner must, trying to slow the Jaguar down, must be epic. And Hoyland just getting closer and closer with every minute that drops by. 30 seconds left to the checkered flag. They've got to do another lap. And does Watesy have another lap in him? And to stay ahead, every corner he breaks into, he must think is an adventure. And Hoyland just grooving smoothly up to the rear derriere. Hoyland posting his fastest lap so far that last time around, and it looks like Hoyland is wasting no time on this one. Watesy tries to go on the inside to get defensive. Hoyland says it's all right, I can go around the outside, sir. It's a brave move though, because Wacy's got no tyres. I would go on the outside of anything he's going to be going to. And so Watesy survives another lap. Let's have a quick look. Rufus looks okay. Brownie is fine. Ginger is in third. Carlsberg trying to close in, but it's Watesy and Hoyland. Hoyland up the inside. Hoyland into the airpins, but Wacy's still got his nose ahead. And Hoyland backs out of it. He probably didn't like the contact. He probably thought, oh no, I didn't want to contact. So Hoyland backs out of it. Watesy still fighting with everything he's got, but Hoyland's got the grip advantage. Hoyland looking to get around the outside, and it's done. It's done, ladies and gentlemen, and Watesy did all he could do. Sorry. Rufus, hang on. Rufus then comes up, and it was straightforward for Rufus from lights to flag, led every lap, apart from the ones he pitted, and takes the win. Brownie did all he could, but his tyre deg was just too much in the end. Ginger does come out with that podium, but he knows second place was on. He had the pace of Brownie today, and Carlsberg losing a lot of points in the championship. Costly race for Carlsberg. And Hoyland in the end got his man and brings it home in 5th place after that first lap spin. And Watesy, the man put it all on black for us, ladies and gentlemen, and it may not have gone his way, but by Jove, we had fun finding out. And Matmar does keep the lead in that one. Bubblegum couldn't quite close up, and his tyres were close to the end as well there at the as he crossed the line. Whoo-wee, ladies and gentlemen. Rinse yourself down with champagne, because Rufus just kicked this one out of the park. Great stuff. Well done, Rufus, on a beautiful win. Brownie in second. and Ginger coming home in the final podium position. Carlsberg in 4th, best of the rest with Hoyland and Waitsy. A great race there for 5th and 6th respectively. Matt Maher, another win under his belt. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no stopping Matt Maher at the moment, and how delicate he is to his tyres. Great win from Matt Maher. Bubblegum coming home in 2nd, and with who's his closest competitor in the championship? Frank, I think. So it might be Matt Maher now. But Bubblegum coming home in 2nd, with Steele on the podium there in 3rd place. Beautiful racing by all of our pilots. Right, let's get ourselves moving on to race 2 then. This is one they've got to use mediums and hards. I would say, there's definitely a pit stop, but just recently we have had pit stops galore in the first race as well. So, but this one, it's they've got to use 2 compounds of tyre. So as we load it up, don't forget, don't look at the list. It's a spoiler. I'll try and get us moved on as quickly as possible. See, did you even have time? Did you even have time, though? Let's get up the race info. And I think that's everything I need. So, Waitsy starts. All right, let's catch up with the chat, though. And we can see whose tyres are on what. Every corner is an adventure, Waitsy says. And the Rob saying, afternoon, sir. Why, hello, Vodka Rob. How are you?
My eyes aren't good enough anyway.
Right then, so Waitsy is starting on pole. He is going with the hard tyre. Hoyland starts in 2nd. He is also opting for the hard tyre. Carlsberg starting in 3rd with the medium tyre. Ginger starts 4th on the hard tyre. Brownie starting with the medium as well in 5th. 6th for Rufus. And as always, he is opting to go for a medium tyre. Steele starts in 1st for the Group 4 cars. He's opted for the hard tyre. Bubblegum has gone mediums in 2nd, with Matt Maher, the winner from the last round, opting to start on the hards. It's a mixed bag, ladies and gentlemen. They really have mixed it up on their choices of tyres. This is fantastic stuff. And Rob saying my eyes aren't good enough anyway. I can't remember what I said. So here we go then. Winding it up to get going. And Waitsy leads them away. Oh, to see the result. Sorry, yes, of course, though. Waitsy then under threat straight away from the Berg. The Berg on their medium tyres, lighting them up and getting them revved up and ready to go. But Waitsy had to defend that one. And Carlsberg then put in his place, sir. Hoyland as well, lurching around. He's on those hard tyres. So is Waitsy, though. So that was a big one. A big one from Waitsy to try and keep the Berg behind. Hoyland as well, rear gunner for... Oh, Waitsy's gone deep. He's gone deep into the corner. And the hard tyres gave him no grip when he got there. And oh, no. Carnage between the reds and the greens here. And Waitsy finding himself in front of Ginger and Rufus. I don't know which one got him. It must have been Ginger. He's got damage at the front. And now Brownie's off the track. What happened to him? So Brownie, now I would have thought a safety car would have been called. Brownie just got a little squirrel on. He was going for a move up the inside of the Hoyland, and his car just got absolutely wiggly. And now he's trying to find the track. But in these Jaguars, they've got a mind of their own. So here he goes, just about. And Brownie then returning to track. Waitsy there in 8th after just going a little wide and then losing the rear derriere and then getting absolutely devoured by the red Jaguars of Rufus. Ginger for sure. And Steele there just trekking on. He's trucking on. So Carlsberg is your leader. Well, there you go. Carlsberg in the lead. I don't know. It doesn't look like safety car. It looks like they're all carrying on. Oh my word. So Carlsberg leads, Hoyland in second place, Rufus up to third now with those medium tyres, and Ginger in fourth. Ginger is a threat, you know. If he can get ahead of Rufus, I would say he's got a good chance of doing some real damage in this race. Wasey says hards was a mistake. Rob saying I would always go hard first. Wasey said, who was it? Ginge. Yeah, Ginge was the one that smacked you. He owes you a pint. So Carlsberg is our man in front at the moment. He's on the medium tyres. This could not have worked out better for him. Hoyland on the hard tyres, trying to stay with him. And he's got Rufus coming in strong, but Rufus has been a bad boy and is carrying a 1 second penalty. Up that hill, it is an absolute destroyer. A killer. Indeed, so Ginger wants to stay as close to Rufus, but Ginger is on those hard tyres. Bubblegum leads the Group 4s, and Brownie makes his way past after his small air. And he's carrying a half a second penalty. Bad boy, what you gonna do? There's another yellow flag. Oh no, it's the Hoyland. Oh my lords, oh my words. Oh, what a darn shame. He was doing so good there in second. And this, ladies and gentlemen, it is, as they explained in the chat from the first race, it is certainly carnage. Carnage, I tell thee. So Hoyland then making his way past a Bubblegum. Oh, poor Hoyland, absolutely devastation out there. These hard tyres not working around Interlagos in the Jaguars, and Wasey, he's off to get rid of those hard tyres. No sirree, I'm driving not one more lap on those. They are just atrocities. Mediums for Carlsberg, Rufus on the mediums. Ginger, he's handling it, he's doing okay. He's dealing with it. He's dealing with the lack of grip. He's holding third, and he's staying with Rufus, which is more important. As long as he can stay with the Rufus when they make their pits, and Rufus goes to the hard tyre, Ginger will be on the mediums, but he doesn't want to go as late as Rufus does. Rufus is going to be trying to run this whole race, goddamn race, on those medium tyres. He had a little excursion there, but he didn't pick up a penalty, so not too bad. But I think he lost time rather than gained any. And Rob saying it's a lottery. It certainly is this race. Carlsberg, though, seems to be doing okay on his medium tyres. He's got himself a hell of a gap to second place Rufus. So Rufus has got to push a little bit if he wants to. And it's Carlsberg and Rufus, I think, that are really duking out this championship. And Rufus got some good points on the Berg in the first race, but he doesn't want to lose some now. So, and the Berg, he so needs to finish ahead of Rufus if his championship's going all the way. Ginger, solid for him at the moment, third on those hard tyres, losing ground a little bit to Rufus, but to be expected. It's just how long does he use the hards for? Brownie has pitted, he's put the mediums on. I'm sure he started on the hard tyre. No, he started on the medium tyre. I apologise, he hasn't pitted, you know. It's just he's down there because of that spin. Matmar's come in, and Bubblegum stayed out. Bubblegum's on the mediums though. Matmar coming in to get rid of the hards. That means Bubblegum needs to pit to get onto the hard tyre. Wasey has pitted. He's put the mediums on. Remember, we saw him going in. He's going to go past the Group 4 runner of Matmar. But yeah, Wasey, he's going to have to be patient. His race isn't coming until later on, and these guys decide to make their stops. Hoyland still continuing on with the hard tyre with Brownie. Oh, I thought I heard a clank. I thought I heard a ding, a dunk. But Brownie, he's doing okay. He's still there, moving in the right direction. In fourth place, Ginger in third. Still on the hard tyre, not opting to go softs yet. Medium, sorry. Vodka Rob saying this track can be really unforgiving in places. It is a nightmare. It is so satisfying and so devastating all in one. That final corner is the killer of me. Because if you don't get it right, you can't carry any of the speed up that long hill and straight. So it's so much pressure leading into the final corner that I'm like, I always flub it and get overtaken coming up the straight. Carlsberg, meanwhile, leads this race quite comfortably. Coming up to 7 minutes raced of this 25-minute race, round 14 here at Interlagos. Still got a couple of races in the can for you guys. I've still got Red Bull Ring, the next one, and there we go. He's trying to get around Matmar, I would guess. Yeah, Red Bull is the next round, and the round after that is Daytona, which will be very interesting. That's not good for tyre wear, is it, if it's the infield? And yeah, and they'll be racing on Monday. I don't know if it's their last race on Monday, but I'm trying to catch up. Oh, it was Steele, sorry. I apologise. Steele. Matmar then has come out the pits behind Bubblegum, obviously. But Bubblegum, yet to use the hard tyre. He won't be pitting until very much later in this race. Matmar already using his hard tyre. He'll be on the mediums now till the end, and it's a long game for him then. It's a waiting game. Just try and do those time trial style laps, qualifying style laps, one after another, and try and close in on your foe. Waitsy at the moment still not catching up with the Group 4 car. 42.8 from Bubblegum last time around. Waitsy 36.7, so it won't be very long until he's up and above. Steele then coming in to get rid of his hard tyres. He's had enough of them. Carlsberg still leads from Rufus, but Rufus is really starting to flex his henchness in the Pro Sim racing arena with those lap times. Carlsberg 34.6 last time from Carlsberg. That's his fastest lap time. 34.2 from Rufus, but he did do a 33.8 the lap before, and that's the one that's going to have Carlsberg getting rather nervous and checking out his mirrors, waiting for the flashes of the red Jaguar to appear in his rearview mirror. Ginger 35.4, a second off of Carlsberg's time, but he's on the hard tyre. But how long does he leave it? How long does he leave it until he puts those mediums on? The car nearly stepped away from him there. But other than that, it's beautiful work we're seeing from Ginger at the moment, controlling the uncontrollable. These cars really are. You don't see him in the dailies that often, and there's a reason for it. Brownie has closed up nicely, but he is on the medium tyres to Ginger. Let's get on board with the Brownster, see what he sees. Bubblegum still ahead of Waitsy, still leading the Group 4s, but Bubblegum will stop later on in the race to put some hard tyres on, as will Carlsberg, as will Rufus. Ginger will pit and put mediums on. Brownie's going to have to pit to put hard tyres on. And is that Ginger disappearing into the pits? I believe it is. Ginger pulling the trigger and putting on those medium tyres now. Now he's got to come out, and he has got a proper slap. He's got to cook some absolute cracking lap times to get himself ahead of the Rufus. Hoyland also obviously making this lap to make his pit stop as well, to get off the hards and onto the mediums. So the top three yet to pit, and they won't do for a while yet. I would imagine we'd be way past the 20-minute mark before we see these guys pit. I think it's about 2 laps. It looks to me like they've got to do at least 2 laps on each compound. And Waitsy saying, I missed the next race, but Daytona I feel is my best race today. Oh my lord, I'm looking forward to that then, Waitsy. So Bubblegum still isn't pitting. He's gaining ground on the Group 3 cars. Put him in a Group 3. Let's see how he does. I have a suspicion he can mix it up. And Matmar, yeah, he doesn't need to pit now for the rest of this race. Bubblegum 42.8 is Bubblegum's best. Matmar 45.1, but he does look after the tyres incredibly. But it doesn't look like tyres are going to be a problem in this one. And there goes Hoyland past Bubblegum after his pit stop. Onto a fresh set of mediums, chasing Ginger. There is quite a gap there, but Ginger has pitted. He's off the road. This is not how you'd slap or cook. To Ginger out there, man alive. These were meant to be some killer lap times, and he's picked up a bad boy badge. And Brownie, Rufus, and Carlsberg, who are all yet to pit. Oh. Ginger in the chat, I always aim for Waitsy with a laugh. So Carlsberg, Rufus, Brownie, all out there. Ginger having to do some killer lap times. He's made his pit stop. He's used his hard tyres. He wants to be as close to those guys when they come out of the pits as possible. They're going to be on the hard compound tyre. He is on a nice set of medium tyres. We're 12 minutes in. Hoyland in fifth. Looks quite safe from Waitsy at the moment. Waitsy went onto the mediums very early, but he's got himself mixed up with the Group 4 cars. Bubblegum still leads the Group 4 category from Matmar. Matmar started on the hards, pitted, still started on the hards. He has pitted, and Bubblegum is yet to use a hard set of tyres. He's carrying on with the medium tyres as he is allowed. He's come up to lap Steele, has he? Is that Steele in front of him? My word. Things have not gone well for Steele in this race. Ooh, but Steele fancies a race anyway. Even a lap down, he says, no, I'll race you. I'll race you. So, yeah, Steele, 46.8 with Matmar 44. It's not terrible, is it? And 42, though, Bubblegum really has a handle on a lap around Interlagos. I reckon he's done this track before. Carlsberg then continuing on in the lead. Rufus, though, his closest competitor in the championship, staying with him in second place. And these two yet to make a pit stop. Brownie also yet to make a pit stop, a little further back from those two. But if they start racing each other, Brownie could be in the equation. Ginger, he's waiting for them to pit, and we're not sure if he is a pit stop behind them or not. We don't know where he will end up to where they will end up. But in the meantime, he has got to do some absolutely pristine, beautiful laps without getting bad boy badges. And he's doing okay at the moment. I thought he'd gone onto the green there. I thought we were going to see a bad boy badge bounce up ahead of him, but no. He's doing okay. Ginger at the moment, just getting on with business. Leave him alone. He's like Kimi Räikkönen. If they got him on the radio, he'd say, leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. Brownie then continuing on, chasing down the two leaders who have got away a little bit. Carlsberg, 35-1 last time out from him. Rufus is laying down the 34 zeros. And Carlsberg must be getting somewhat nervous now that the Rufus is reeling him in. He's been reeling him in for the last 10 laps. And the pit stops are looming. 10 more minutes to go of this race. And at the minimum, I imagine they'd have to leave it 2 minutes before the end to make a pit stop. Carlsberg sliding the Jaguar around the corner there. Great to see. I don't know how much time it gains him. And Rufus then driving with the precision of a Michael Schumacher before the accident. And Carlsberg then just clinging on. Just clinging on, it seems. It's the Jaguar's driving him. He's not driving the Jaguar at this point. He's just clinging on, and Rufus really is a masterclass lesson in driving around Interlagos here. And Carlsberg just out there, I don't know. It doesn't feel that he's got the pace on Rufus. Rufus might be pitted. Rufus, no. Whoa, tricky Rufus. Looked like he was going into the pits there. Don't know if he was trying to sell a dummy to someone. Brownie, me probably, trying to get me all sort of like, ooh, what's he doing? Brownie continuing on. Ginger, 35.9. It's just, I don't know, really. 34s, I suppose he wants to be aiming for to go up against these, especially if Rufus is laying down 33s. The Berg a 34.9 last time around, but Rufus really has the pace at this point in the race. He's got the tyres as well. Carlsberg, I mean, they're still tidy, but they're a bit more used than Rufus's. Carlsberg under immense pressure from the Berg. We'll sit on alongside the Berg here and see how the job is done on how to take the lead of Interlagos here at the Ultimate Racing League. Rufus biding his time, and there's a car on the horizon. Oh, and the Berg nearly dropped it. He nearly dropped it. He would have had to get off the accelerator. He would have had to catch that one. And Rufus, being very kind there, decided not to go in for the kill. It wasn't the time in the track. That wasn't the place. He wants to get him. And they want to clear the Group 4 car. And so the junior doesn't get involved in this messy little argument that they're just about to have. Rufus then, patient man, he knows he has the pace advantage at the moment on the Berg. He's probably gathering or guessing that he's got the tyre advantage by the way he's seeing the Berg sliding around in the corners, and he knows just coming out of this corner, as long as he gets a good drive, he's got a good straight there to just ping himself past the Berg, not quite get the slipstream. Ooh, he had a little look. He had a little look, didn't he? He thought about it. He had a little think. He thought, shall I late break him? But no. Rufus. And this is what Brownie wants. This is exactly what Brownie wants. Another Group 4 car in the horizon. And Carlsberg clears it easily. Rufus not quite, has to back out of this one. And that's a breathing space. That's a breathing space for the Berg. And that's timed nicely for him. And the Brownie, this is exactly what he wanted, what he needed. Carlsberg and Rufus falling over each other whilst the Brownie makes up time. Wow, he's got a huge amount of time to make up though. And he's got to be getting on with it now. We're already coming up to 19 minutes in this race. Carlsberg has a little break as Rufus there had to get out of the way of the Group 4 car and lean off there and give Carlsberg a little bit of room. Brownie there. When are these all going to pit? They still haven't pitted. I said they'd pit after the 20th minute, maybe up to the 23rd minute. I think they've got to do 2 pit stops, at least 2 laps. Bubblegum, leader of the Group 4s, has made the decision to come in. He's going to the hard tyre. Matmar, how far behind is he? Not that far, you know. It'll be tight. And Bubblegum will be on the hard tyre. Matmar starting to put in some very competitive lap times. We've seen that Bubblegum is able to do a 42. Just got to his box as Matmar comes up the hill. And Matmar now, he looks like he's ready to take the lead. Is it going to be a double win for the Matmar? And really is going to get him a big scoop of points. Bubblegum's moving. Bubblegum is moving. Matmar is coming up to the first corner. Bubblegum's coming out on that short straight behind the first corner. And Bubblegum retains the lead, but he's on the hard tyre. He is on the hard tyre. Brownie has come in for the hard tyre. Brownie's come in. Rufus and Carlsberg have stayed out. Brownie is in. He's ahead of Ginger. Just. Is that Brownie in front of Ginger? No. Oh, it was a Group 4 car, sorry. So Ginger, but you can see the Brownie. The Brownie's not that far ahead, and he's on hard tyres. Can Ginger do something absolutely spectacular here for a double podium? But Ginger is all in his hands to do. He's got to do the work, and he's got a lot more fuel on than Brownie. Rufus, Carlsberg's in. Rufus is in. Everyone is starting to make those pit stops. Everyone has pitted now. Everyone who needs to pit has pitted. Bubblegum on the hard tyres ahead of Matmar, who is on the medium tyres, still in 3rd place. And he has pitted and put on the medium tyres. Berg and Rufus in the pits. Brownie, who made that earlier stop onto the hard tyres. And they're still not at their boxes. Carlsberg's at his box, he's changing. Rufus is at his box, he's changing. Brownie's coming up the hill. Brownie's coming up the hill. Berg's got his hard tyres on. He should be moving. He is in transit. So is the Rufus behind him. Brownie, where are you? Where are you? He's only just coming down the straight. I think he's lost time. Making that earlier pit stop. And Carlsberg then out onto the track ahead of Rufus. This battle continues on for the championship. Brownie in a distant third. Ginger not far behind on tyres that could catch him. But he's running out of time. 3 minutes and some small change remaining in this race as he tries to avoid Bubblegum, the leader of the Group 4 racers. And Ginger really is pushing it. He is pushing with everything he's got. Brownie on the hard tyres has no grip. Rufus and Carlsberg having to adjust their grip levels now after they've made their pit stop. This is a crazy, crazy race, ladies and gentlemen. Carlsberg wants to take the win. Rufus needs to take the win. Brownie would like to take the win. And Ginger has an opportunity to take the win. Hoyland comfortable at the moment ahead of the Watesy, but Watesy having earlier issues in this race called Red Jaguars. And so Hoyland comfortably in that 5th at the moment, Watesy in the 6th. Bubblegum still leads on the hard tyres, but Matmar is closing in. It's going to be tough for Bubblegum to retain that gap from Matmar. Matmar on the faster tyre and closing the gap very swiftly indeed. Steele in 3rd place, going faster than he's gone before. Absolutely sensational. Good stuff. Keep in there, Steele. Keep it going. Carlsberg still leads from Rufus. Then Brownie. Brownie too far back to influence this race. He needs something terrible to happen between Carlsberg and the Rufus, but these two are too pro sim racing to make amateur mistakes. So Brownie, he's just going to have to live with it. He's got to be careful though, because Ginger is on fire. 35.2 last time around for Ginger. Brownie 35.6, and you know Ginger can do better. Should do better. Come on, Ginger, pick it up. Rufus trying to close the gap to the Berg. It looks like the Berg's got a handle on the hard tyre. And that advantage, the speed advantage that Rufus seemed to have on the mediums, isn't there on the hard tyre. He is closing a little bit up to the Berg. We'll see the lap times when they cross. But at the moment, it looks like the Berg's got this one under control. On a harder compound, he seems to be more comfortable with the Jaguar. He likes a slippery car, it seems. So Carlsberg comes up to the line here in the second race of Interlagos. 35.1, Rufus 34.9. 2 tenths in it. It is tight. Absolutely, but Rufus is the faster of the two at the moment. Brownie 35.6, Ginger 35.2. Come on, Ginger. Oh, they're just crossing the line, sorry. 35.3 last time around from Brownie. 34.4, that is more like it from the Ginger. Ginger picking up the game, raising the level. Should have been raising the bar, sorry. And Brownie could be in trouble for that podium. And Brownie, did he put enough fuel? Yes, because we're just about to run out of time. Oh, Ginger, it's all a little too late. The flag is out. Someone's crossing the line. Him. Wait, see? No, that's not the line. Where's the line? Oh, there's the line. Sorry, Hoyland crosses the line, as does Matmar in second. So Bubblegum gets that win. Ginger, who's the next to cross the line, for Pete's sake? Where is the line? So the fuel is low on all of them now. It doesn't matter because the flag is out. Carlsberg looking pretty safe. Ginger, oh, Ginger's been a bad boy. He looks like he made a mistake as well, and Brownie's got away. And Carlsberg gets a very important win in the championship. A very important win. When he needed it, he went and got it. Very good stuff there from Carlsberg. It's not done and dusted yet, but he is in victory lane. He's weighing around, and it's a win for the Berg. Rufus in second. Brownie grabs that podium in the end. Ginger just dropped it a little bit near the last lap, and so Brownie keeps hold of the podium. Sweet drive from the Brownster, and Ginger grabs fourth ahead of Hoyland, who's already finished, and Watesy. And then we've got the winner the winner of and championship leader of the Group 4 category, ladies and gentlemen. Bubblegum just coming up the hill to cross the line. Another win, man alive. He's had a lot of wins this season as the boy Bubblegum. Great stuff. Well done, well raced, everyone. Wow, and what did I tell you? Interlagos always kicks up a very interesting, fruitful race. And you can count on Interlagos for that. Carlsberg then, with a win. Rufus won the first one, Carlsberg won the second, but Rufus finished in second, whereas Carlsberg finished in fourth in the first race, so that championship table will be very close. Brownie, a great podium ahead of Ginger, and Ginger will be kicking himself walking away from this round. Could have had a second in the first race, definitely could have had a podium in the second race. So Ginger, his breakdown after the race is going to be very in-depth. Hoyland in fifth, ahead of Waitsy in sixth. That battle continues betwixt them two. Bubblegum takes another win, but Matmar is starting to rack up the wins as well, so Bubblegum beware. Matmar is definitely headhunting you. And still getting himself a podium. Beautiful racing from all involved. A huge thank you to the Ultimate Racing League for organising and putting these things on. It takes a village. And a huge thank you to our pilots that turn in every Monday and put in a great race. Thank you to you guys. You are thoroughly entertaining. And then a huge thank you to you, the guys who watch. Beautiful stuff. I love it. I love it, especially when you put comments and stuff. It's nice to know that you're involved. Talking about chat, we've got the Baxter saying yes, Pops. That must have been me telling him to do better. Rob saying cheers, Ryan. And Ginger saying, wait till Daytona races. Itch my chin. I rub my chin in about what's going to happen at Daytona. Everyone keeps talking about Daytona. So Daytona, we got the Red Bull Ring first. They're saying skip the Red Bull Ring, go straight to Daytona. But we'll wait. We'll do the Red Bull Ring first. We are patient people. Okay, and thanks to you again, the audience. I said that in you for tuning in, doing all the things YouTube like you to do, liking and subscribing and turning it upside down and pressing all sorts of buttons. They love it all. Anyway, Tiru, peace and love. Peace and love.